Hi, I'm Marty, and this is Cooking at the Kraus house. Today we're making oatmeal fudge bars, and they are delicious. This is one of our most requested recipes. They're super easy to make. They make up fast, they cook in 15 to 20 minutes, and you can make them in a moment's notice. So today, oatmeal fudge bars. I think you'll love them. All right, these are the ingredients that we'll need for oatmeal fudge bars. We need 3 cups of oats, 2.5 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, but 1 cup is brown sugar and 1 cup is white sugar. We also need a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 eggs, and 1 cup of butter. We're gonna make it in the KitchenAid. But you don't have to. You can make it in a bowl with a hand mixer or however you mix. You can make it, just mix it by hand if you want to, but this is the easiest for me, and I have one, so I will. So we're gonna put all the things that are wet in first. So butter, and this butter has been softened because it's just easier and mixes faster if it has been. And then we're gonna add our eggs. Make sure you don't get any shells in. 2 eggs and the vanilla. Then we'll just mix that for a couple of minutes until it's combined, not on very high. All right, once that's mixed up a little bit, we're gonna add all the sugars, the brown and the white. And then we're gonna mix that probably for about 2 minutes. All right, once that's all mixed together, we're gonna add the flour first. And then we'll pour in the salt and the baking soda. And mix it again. All right, once that's mixed up real good, the last thing we're gonna add is the oatmeal. And then we mix it again until it's all mixed up. All right, I'm gonna say this is probably the trickiest part of the whole thing, getting it into the pan. So first of all, we're gonna butter the pan. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2/3 of our oatmeal mixture and put it on the pan. So that's always kind of hard to me, is guessing what's about 2/3. There's no great way to do it. It's just mostly experience. And I'm gonna say that most people, the first time they do it, they put too much onto the pan and then they don't have enough for the topping. So be careful. You want this to be pretty thin. And one of the tricks to doing it is if you just kind of spread it out a little bit instead of just like starting with that big wad right in the middle. That makes it kind of hard to distribute it. So if you just kind of spread it around loosely, it'll be a lot easier to smash into the pan, and you're literally smashing it into the pan. Okay, so now that it's not in a big ball, it looks like it could fit. So the next thing is at first it starts going pretty easy, but if it gets sticky at any time, you want to use that butter that we buttered the pan with, and just, I always put a little extra in there, and you can just butter your fingers a little bit like this and then spread it around, and it'll keep it from sticking. If it starts sticking again, then just get a little bit more butter and do the same thing. I like to start with the corners, and then I do the sides, and then the middle. And it doesn't matter, it can be pretty thin, but what you don't want is to see any of the pan through. You want to make sure that you have the whole pan covered. Just keep pressing it down till it's all in there. All right, we've got it all in there. You can't see the pan through the dough at all. And now we're going to set this aside for a few minutes, and also the leftovers, which we're going to use, the last third, and we're going to make the filling of the dessert. Okay, here's the ingredients for the filling. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of salt, a can of sweetened condensed milk. It can be Eagle brand, the brand name, or it can be the store brand. Either one works just as well. And then a 12-ounce package of semi-sweet chocolate chips. If you're not a big semi-sweet fan, you can mix it half and half. You can put a cup of milk chocolate and a cup of semi-sweet. Either way, it's super delicious either way. Okay, we're going to add the chocolate chips, and then we'll add the butter. Next, we'll put in our sweetened condensed milk. Already looks delicious. And then our salt. And then we'll take it over to the stove, and we're going to melt this just until, we're going to cook it on medium just until everything's melted, and then we'll add our vanilla. Just going to stir it over medium heat until everything is melted. Doesn't need to boil, it just, all the chocolate chips need to be melted, and it needs to be combined. You want to continue to stir it because you don't want the chocolate chips to burn. Nothing is ever as tasty if it's burnt. As you can see, it really kind of thickens up as it melts and all those ingredients combine. All right, as you can see, it's nice and smooth. All the chocolate chips have melted. So we're going to turn off the heat, and we're going to add our vanilla, and then just stir it all in. All right, once it's all stirred in, we're gonna take it back over to our cookie base. And we're gonna spread it completely over our oatmeal cookie base. It won't hurt it if it touches the pan, or you just want to make sure you get it everywhere and to all the corners. Nobody wants a bite without chocolate. Okay, when we have it all spread around, we're going to take the rest of our cookie dough, oatmeal cookie mixture, and we're just going to kind of crumble it all over. Now, if you didn't save enough, it's pretty sparse and it just doesn't look as nice, but it sure tastes just as delicious. But it's nice to get it so that there's enough where the chocolate, you can see the chocolate, but it has a pretty good coverage to it. Okay, that's it. Just 15 to 20 minutes in the oven and they're finished. This makes up so fast and easy. You can put them in the refrigerator to cool if you need them right away. It's nice because it makes so many of them, and we usually cut it in 6 by 8, so that's 48 little bars, and they're delicious. People love them. It's a quick and easy, fast treat, and everyone will think you worked all day on it. Don't forget to subscribe, to push the notification, and to check back next Monday and see what great thing we have for you. Thank you.